Hi guys, it is 12:05 p.m. on Thursday, the 165th day I'm doing this. Here is your daily dose of hope. And I haven't even brushed my hair or anything yet. But I'm just so grateful at this moment. I'm grateful in general, but I'm like filled with gratitude at this moment. I've been taking walks. I don't know if it's been every single day, but it's been almost every day, and listening to a health meditation during my walk. And I watched a video, well, several, about attachment styles. And what I think I'm going to title this video is Build Lanes, Not Walls. That's what came to me after doing a lot more work, because I was watching a video about avoidant attachment, and I see why people are avoidant, and I see the avoidant tendencies in me. But what I want, the message I want to spread, from my heart is we all have stuff. So we need to stop making ourselves wrong or defective for having wounds, right? Because we had wounds before we had choices. The privilege is now, as we become aware of those wounds and how it plays out in our behavior, we can make a new choice. I said that 144. And that, I don't know about you, but that is so relieving and freeing for me. It's not about fixing ourselves so then we're good enough for someone else. It's about the choices we make. And I absolutely I think I'm disorganized, but meaning I could go either way. But I see how I was so scared of triggers. I didn't know what triggers were, all that stuff, like nervous system stuff. And as I'm continually learning about it, it's destigmatizing it. It's depersonalizing it. This is not a personality trait. This is not an inherent trait of me as a human being. This is programming that was put into me before I had a choice. So now when the programming gets triggered, I have choices. I said that 244. So I just want to spread that because I've been doing tapping and it's changing my life from the inside out. I actually have everything in my life is up in the air right now, including my health. And I was in a good quote unquote mood, we can call it, right, this morning. And I think a big part of my avoidant tendency comes when I'm feeling good, because it's why would I want to bring up more negative, right? But this is how I've corralled that or allowed that. What I do is I turn on happy music on my phone. I set a timer for 20 minutes. That's important. And I take my shower with happy music on, set myself up for success. But I sit down and I sit with myself, but with positive inputs, right? Like happy music. And what ended up happening, I have chills right now, is as I'm once again kind of gaining strength and gaining, power, but I mean self-power, self-esteem, self-worth, is I'm hearing the voice that I know was one of the people that abused me saying, get over yourself. It's not about you, right? Ego things. But that is not my intent with sharing everything I share. In fact, every single time I share, I have to deal with my own blocks, my own stumbling things of, well, who are you to share that? It's all I know is there's someone that watches this. And if I can help one person by sharing my journey, besides my daughter, who's absolutely thriving because I am just pouring into her continually every day, despite literally everything, I want to be that light in the world. I want to be that change, And so the reality is, I went from feeling happy and kind of on a high, I took my walk, I'm listening to happy music, but then when I said, hey, still sit down. And if nothing comes out, that's fine. But give that opportunity to, right? And when I did that, and I was literally tapping like this, it sprung a leak. And I was like, okay, but guess what? You have the 20 minutes. Like you know what to do. I know my thing's shaking right now because it's bounced on my legs. But this is how just genuine I am of like, I want to do what I can, like, my part. And the facts are that I let it out quietly, but what I do, see, I'm even nervous to share this, but I'm going to, instead of screaming, I kind of want to, I go, ah, and I feel like I'm releasing that energy that wants to come out of like, why is this so hard? Why, and kept tapping, kept breathing. Here's another tactic I've just created on my own that is making a massive difference in my ability to tap, is I will tap through the points, but I will keep actually 2 fingers pushed on here. And it allows me to stay here as I'm tapping. I haven't seen anybody else do that. I just started doing that out of necessity. And it's working. So the facts are that, 20 minutes ago, I was sobbing or at least crying and feeling. And now I'm getting to like share. So ultimately, I'm just so grateful because I see how tapping, I'm doing a lot of other stuff too, but I see how it really gives us something to do at 6:44 and I have chills. Something to do about the triggers. So we don't have to try to eliminate the triggers or run from them in any way. It's like a child coming to you. And you, in that moment, you have that choice. Do you choose to push it away, assuming it's appropriate, blah, 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 or do you choose to embrace it and say, I know, you're hurting. Let me give you a hug first. Let me breathe with you first, So that's just a snippet of, the things that I've learned, but I see how I may never fit in. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me just because I don't fit in, So that being said, yeah, the quote for today I came up with is build lanes, not walls. And what I mean by that is I'm going to build my own lane, like my own identity. And I'm going to stay in my lane. And that allows other people to come in and out of my lane, but it doesn't take me with them. So the abandonment isn't going to be like literally feel like life or death because I'm going to stay in my lane. Because I see how I am just owning my stuff. I'm at risk of becoming avoidant, right? Like I've been hurt so much, I'm not going to get hurt again. Okay, I understand that. I hear that part. But what did I say in another video? My capacity for courage is bigger than any fear, right? So I am not your fearless leader. I don't have it all figured out. But the stuff I do figure out, I willingly and freely share because I want to walk the walk so I can talk the talk. So this is always me just sharing my individual journey. But I have been told multiple times that it's helping people, and that's ultimately my goal. So for example, the next time I get triggered because someone else is triggered, I'm going to do my best to put the effort towards telling myself, you're not responsible for them getting triggered, assuming I haven't done anything, right? But let's say they go quiet. I can allow them to go quiet because my physical safety is not in danger anymore, depending on who I'm hanging out with, right? Assuming they're a physically safe person. So I don't have to prevent the quiet or manage the quiet. I can let them be in their lane. And I can take that as an opportunity to go into my lane and be like, oh, what's coming up for me right now by their behavior? How can I assure myself in this moment? What can I do? And even on my walk today, I was tapping. because I was like, I don't know if I feel safe to take a walk. And instead of being like, well, yeah, obviously you are, I'm like, even though I feel unsafe, like, it gives us an opportunity to make a choice rather than to be run by programming. So anyway, that being said, I love you guys. You are the sky. You were here yesterday. You are here today. You will be here tomorrow. You deserve to be here every single day. And, if anything I say ever helps you, please just let me know, because that just helps my heart remind myself that all this pain and all this that I'm going through and I've been through is for a positive. Like, it's ended up bringing positivity to the world. It's just incredible. Nothing, like, it hasn't, like, integrated yet, but it's like awareness is the key. Awareness and then acceptance of that, whatever that is. So, love you guys. Have an awesome day.